Then there's the issue of, a shouting distance. Would a woman, imagine here's the humans, and they go into this territory, this uncharted territory, right? Or anywhere, for that matter.
Europe?
Well, no, would a woman,
Yeah, but Europe. You're talking
but it doesn't really, you can put this in any scenario. You can even put it in Africa. And you can put it among humans, forget about the Neanderthals. I mean, no lioness, she's not going to leave the clan so far out and go all alone, like say, I'm going to wander through the forest. She's got no 911, she's got no phone to call, the police and say, help me. No, she's got to be within shouting distance of the clan. If a lion comes up, and she panics, she says, help! Yeah, and so the guys have to come in with their spears and help her. So no woman would abandon the clan so far out, beyond shouting distance. And so here's this woman, she goes out there, how can she be raped, assuming it was rape, right? By a Neanderthal when she's within shouting distance, these guys come with their spear and they'll spear this guy. So it's not so easy to rape a woman in the middle of the
you're saying
wild.
They weren't systematically raped on the borders because of shouting distance.
Women have to stay, not only women, for that matter, men as well. You stay close to the clan. You don't want to go so far out that nobody can hear you. You're all alone. Not because of a Neanderthal, but a lion can pounce upon you. Right. So the hunter-gatherer mind, basal hunter-gatherer, thinks in different terms. He's got to think of his own security, number one. And so he goes out there and he's got to be cautious. There is no phone, no 911. You got to go very carefully in the wild. Yeah. And to think that a woman would just go, twirl her purse around and go in the middle of nowhere where an animal can pounce upon her, that's difficult to believe.
But can't you say that the Neanderthals just invaded us and took them and then went back?
Well, yeah. I mean, you can concoct many scenarios. All I'm saying is that we got to look at the mentality of a clan. Whether human or Neanderthal, it doesn't really matter. Tigers, lions, they all behave the same way in this sense. They have to be careful out there because anything can kill them. Here a lioness goes out there and suddenly, a pack of hyenas pounces upon her.
I guess they're always...
So she's got to be stay close to her.
In those times, in prehistoric times, they're always kind of on alert, so you can't really say that they were raped over and over because, rape was the least of their worries, if anything. They were already on alert about a zillion things, so it's not like they're going to get raped just like that.
The other one about that is that, here's a Neanderthal or a group of Neanderthals. They're on the hunt. They're going to look for mammoth. And suddenly they see this group of humans in their lands. And here come, a few males, a few females, maybe a few kids. Are they going to look at that and say, oh, look at those beautiful girls that are coming? Or are they going to look at them as a piece of meat? Oh, food. I want the blonde one. She must taste good.
Didn't they have enough meat?
Well, this is the point. The point is, would they look at them as game or as sexual objects?
That's a good question.
I mean, you
want to hunt them.
I mean, they're hunters. These people are
both.
Well,
does that mean they eat each other? And
okay,
have sex
but then, if that's the case, they would have sex and then kill the girl because they want to eat her.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, that's the best case. But then there would be no kids. I mean, if you spear the girl and bring her in your spear, I don't think she's going to have a child, Yeah, so, and then there's the question of language. How did they communicate? I mean, if it's consensual, did he whisper beautiful words in her ear?
So
honey, I love you, baby. I mean, what did he whisper? How was that,
You can't really consent if you don't know what the fucking language is.
And then, assuming the baby is born, would the Neanderthal cuddle him in his arms or dash him against the wall of the cave? I mean...
Why would he dash him against
Well, because he said, what did you bring? What is this? I mean, imagine what would come out of, assuming, right? A hybrid that comes out of a Neanderthal and a human female, assuming it could be the other way around, male...
Wouldn't it just be a less hairier Neanderthal?
Well, yeah, and then the guy might look at that and say, he doesn't look like me.
But I thought he had sex with the...
Well, this is the point. I mean, who's the father? The father is the male, our human male, or the Neanderthal male? Suddenly, assuming the girl is pregnant, right? And she's our human, right?
Yeah.
She comes back to our cave. and here's the husband, right? It's just,
Well, yeah, I don't think it works like that. In that case, yeah, you're like, what the heck? Hairy human. No chin.
Yeah, no chin.
You're like, what is this?
Yeah, but the Neanderthal would react the same way. Here's the lion, and he brings a tiger. What the hell? What's a
Well,
tiger?
I can understand if the Neanderthal did it, because he knows what he had sex with, but it can't really be the human girl coming back and being like, it's your son! You can't really have that.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm saying, is he going to dash him against the wall, or is he going to cuddle him and say, oh, my baby? You know, I mean, how are you going to handle that?
Anytime you think of two species meeting, you really have to cut out interbreeding. You don't really, that's not even what you think of. I mean, even when you watch things like Star Trek and stuff, it's like...
Klingons?
Yeah, it's like... I don't know, it was always unrealistic when you see the Captain Kirk or whatever flirting with these alien women. They look completely different. It's like, what is that?
Well, because he knows that they're really Hollywood actors.
Well, yeah, they're obviously it's Hollywood, but it's like, you don't think of intermingling or interbreeding when you're talking about two different species. Let alone two different of the same species.
And again, culture stands in the way strongly, because just imagine these guys, the humans, they come from Africa. And they're expanding, because it's not like they left their bags and said, I'm taking the train to Paris. No, it was an expansion, slow expansion over thousands of years. And by the time they reach Europe, assuming they encountered Neanderthals there, and assuming they had sex, the question is here, these guys come dressed, they're not used to the cold, they come from, the equator, essentially. And I'm assuming the Neanderthals, because, they had their grandparents, the Erectus, and their parents, the Heidelbergs. And they've been in Europe for a long time. They got used to all this Arctic weather.
You're assuming they didn't wear clothes.
They didn't wear clothes. So not only were their heads a little different, but what was under their necks is also different, because they're not clothed. They're probably hairy. They're the woolly man, as I say. And here's this other guy coming with clothes because he's cold. Their heads look different, somewhat different. They probably have different smells.
Different.
Many things are different, even though they're all
pretty close. But
they stand on two legs. But other than that there's very little, similarity. And so the question is, would these guys invite them? Would they have a party, or would they look at each other with suspicion?
Yeah, I don't know about the party thing, but it would definitely be war and rape. But again, when you're talking about rape, it would have to be, you can't really have systematic rape. Well, you can't have a rape like every week kind of thing. That doesn't.
Would the chimps go and invade the gorilla camp, or vice versa?
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Like, the chimps go over there and say, "Uh-oh, we came to the wrong place."
Yeah, we came to the wrong place. Sorry, guys, I didn't mean anything. I'll just show myself out.
Starts throwing chimps out the window.
I'll show myself out.
Ooga. So what do you think of the geeks that work at the Max Planck Institute? Well, let me tell you what I think. Cowabunga!